Data is the DNA of any business. At National List Services, we focus on one ideal. We offer marketing solutions that fit. We're not interested in selling you data. We're interested in selling you the primary solution to the problem you have today. As a data broker and aggregator, we have access to the top data sets and know where everyone is getting their data from. We identify your demand, the needs of what your customers are, where people are in life, what stages they find themselves in, and their backgrounds that most fit your necessity level. National List Services looks for a long-term solution to what your data needs are, and more importantly, we will educate you on the industry, what to ask other data sources, what to look for, and what to say. Our job is ethics-oriented and getting you what you need right now when it comes to data. Book a call with us today at nationallistservices.com.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you doing today? Audrey here with National List Services. Today I'm featuring National List Counts, how you can use our data site to capture your audience and reach out, solve your problem. I love that intro video. We sell solutions. So it starts with the data. I want to thank everybody for coming and watching today. We are going to have a guest today in a few moments. My good 10X friend Nanuka is going to come, and we're going to custom build a list that we were talking and chatting, and I said, how can I help you? And she goes, I'm looking for this. And there she is. I'm going to add her to the stream. Hey, Nanuka, how are you today?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm excellent. How are you?
Welcome. Not bad. Welcome to the stage. So in the chat, before we get started, in the chat, I have put nationallistcounts.com. That is our data site where you can go get your custom audience. That's what we're going to share today, Nanuka.
Great.
And we are going to talk about the product and then the camera, and the audience. I talk with my hands. I talk with my hands and I forget to look at the camera because I want to look at you on my screen. And then we're going to talk about how to execute, how to reach your custom audience, because everybody has different ways they're going to reach out and advertise, right? So let's get started. In the chat, I also put, I'm going to put it right now. I'm going to put this up now and later for anyone joining us. If you are interested in learning how to use this platform and this site, I'm going to share it here in a minute, and build your own list to take back your marketing in your own hands, build your audience. This is the Video Learning Center. It's a lot of Audrey. It's a lot of videos I made, but there's details about each different data file. And so let me share my screen with Nanuka and with the National List Counts, and we'll get started. So today, Nanuka, I'm going to intro you, and then I'm going to have you chat a little bit about the product. We are looking for salons because that's just one of the avenues of who would be interested in this product. And we're going to build that. There are two different options I'm going to lay out. Nanuka, how are you looking to reach these people? With a post by postal with print and mail, phone calls, emails, or any way?
You know, Audrey, I think any way I can reach them and get them the information that would benefit them would be absolutely appropriate. So yeah, I think all methods are awesome.
Perfect. Then I'm going to show this two different ways. I want to turn the stage over to you though while I get started. Let me show, I'm going to focus on the data Axle business file first. I'll start running that. And then the DMB. And the difference between the two, I always like to, I hate the expression dumb it down, but it's easy to understand and not totally geeking out with the nerd magic and data talk.
Well, I love that. So go ahead.
Okay, perfect. We're in the same boat. So Data Axle, one of the main ways they compile their business contacts is through the yellow pages. So one of the selects is ad spend. Basically, how much money did this company spend on their ads on yellow pages? How big of an ad did they get? Kind of indicating that they want to grow and get more business. They're investing in their marketing. So that file is based more on public data in the yellow pages, whereas D&B master file really is it has a different way of compiling the data, not that way. So I'm going to run it both ways and see what the numbers are.
Okay.
I always kind of For beginners, I like Data Axle because it's one cost for everything except for email. You
Okay.
get every bit of information you want, sometimes too much information, but you can customize it. I'll show you how.
Mhm.
And then and for email, it's another additional fee if they have an email available. And it only charges you if they have an email. So it adjusts, and it's ideal to get started. Whereas DMB, it's definitely more geared toward high level contacts. So if you're looking for owners, I'm going to ask you, Nanuka, are you looking for the owner of the salon?
Yeah, I am.
What about, are there any other titles do you know that would work too? Like maybe, I don't know if office manager would.
Yeah, manager, probably, esthetician,
Yes. Perfect.
stylist.
I'm going to make notes while we're doing this so I can start building. And I'm just going to click without explaining it because I want Nanuka to talk a little bit about what we're trying to get into the salons. I have tried the product. I'm awaiting a shipment. I will probably start talking about it more and providing it, but Nanuka knows a lot more than me at this point. So educate me some more and share with anybody and everybody who's watching about your product and I'll start building.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Yes, and Audrey, thank you for becoming a customer. I'm so glad I was able. So I brought her a little sample of our collagen elixir, and it's been amazing. The response has been incredible because it's a one-of-a-kind product. It is responsibly sourced off the coast of Scandinavia. It's a collagen elixir. So because collagen is the most abundant protein in our body, it requires more to build more. And as we age, we lose it. So the best thing to do is get a quality product in your body to keep you looking youthful and vibrant and preserve that beauty, right?
Yes.
So it's something that the salon owners and estheticians and quite frankly, everybody has been going nuts over because it's bottled in 0.15 seconds, which means the oxidation is almost none.
I love this point. I love this point.
Yeah, it's been getting people the most incredible results. And that's what we want when we put good money behind a product, is we want to see results. So I'm excited to share this with more salon owners where you're going for a service anyway. It's a product they can offer to their clients that they're going to enjoy and know where to get it and receive a great price point. So
yes. And you're already investing in your beauty. So clearly it's a product you're going to want to get. That's the prime place to get it.
You got it.
Okay. So over here on the screen, I'm looking up SIC code. That's a standard industry classification code. Okay. And what's cool here, you can see this is neat. It goes through I wish I had this pulled out. Like the manufacturers, wholesale, and then retail. That's the order it goes in. And right here in the wholesale, there's a list of different stores you can get. So like GNC is here, Beauty Browns, Body Shop. I'm not sure if they're still Lush, different stores that might be interested if you're willing to go and propose a pitch for that. But I'm going to move down. I did a search here to search for keyword, and I picked salon. Oh, that was retail, not wholesale, but it'll get you the contacts in there. Joel's watching and sending me notes. We should get him on the stage here. We should invite him up to tell us more.
Come on in.
So here, beauty salons here, 7231. These are the services. It's actually listed under personal services. So this is what we would pick. And I'm going to go to titles next and see. You can pick. So Salon by InStyle, they have actual chains here. Are you looking more for independent ownership where you can really reach that person?
I think I would like to start there with the salon, the boutique salons and the privately owned salons. But I'm open to. I mean, every day we see these big chain operators carry something that that a product then becomes a household name. So
true. You don't want to ever discount who would be your client ever. Right. But I get what you're saying. So let me continue on to the next page and let's get Joel's going to join us here in a minute. We're going to crowd the stage up. He has many more insights to share, I'm sure. And just so everybody knows, I'm sure it's very obvious. I didn't go in and run this ahead of time. We were doing this live. I'm going to add Joel to the StreamYard. I'm going to keep building. And here's Joel Buhr.
Hey everyone, how's you doing? How you
Well,
doing,
good
Nuka?
morning. Hi, great
Good
to
morning.
see you.
It's a Buhr sandwich with the Nuka in the middle. No, sorry.
That's right.
Party in the middle. No.
There you go.
So
what?
I'm in data Axle, Joel. You want to give us some more insights?
Well, yeah. So what she's looking at here, right here for folks. When you look at SAC codes kind of branch out like a tree. So you can see like the very top here is 72, and it kind of like breaks down. So that's all personal services. So when you're thinking of like the beauty salons where they're doing the service on you, this is where you want to go.
Mhm.
What I would narrow this down into as well is narrow this into like their primary line of business. So it's not like they're a tanning salon and this, if that's not
Right.
what you want. So this is kind of where you're leaning, where there's their main focus of business is where this would go. The 59, that's going to be like your shops, anything in like the 52 to 59 is like a retail shop where they're selling product mainly. So and in that respect, hang on one second, let me D&D that.
Skin treatment.
There we go. That would be where they're selling a product. It's not going away. Hang on a second. We'll silence
We
that
can't
out.
hear anything. So don't you worry.
That's okay. So that's where they're actually selling a product. But if you're trying to go after where they're servicing, they're getting more clientele. Obviously, I think the services is where you want to be, because they're going to be bringing people in chair. And if you're going to educate them on selling the product to the individual, that's like the best place right there.
Awesome.
So that there's that more of that one-on-one relationship going to go on there.
Yes. Okay.
Here's the good stuff. Here, Nanuka, I got makeup studios because a makeup artist would absolutely be interested in this.
So good. Yes.
Health and beauty consultants, esthetician.
Mm-hmm.
I think even eyelashes, they're going to have their own standalone shop or be in a salon getting a space usually.
Yes. Yes.
Facial. Perfect. We're going to start with this.
Even nail salon.
Even nails? Okay, because there's a manicure. Manicuring. Perfect. Oh, yeah, because it's for hair, skin, and nails.
Yeah.
Tell them about that. That's what I forgot.
Oh, yes. Okay. So collagen there are several types of collagen, but the type of collagen that you take is very important. Type 1 collagen is marine collagen, and it helps with your hair, skin, nails, and bones. And so what that does is you get the most vibrant skin, your complexion clears, you've got your nails are strong and glowing. We've had people's hair growth beautiful, full, shiny, healthy,
My roots will show sooner because I've got great fast growing nails and hair. So this will only help.
That's awesome. Yes, for sure. Yeah, people have been very, very happy. Even people with great skin, they've shown just a glow that gives you a brighter color. The whites of people's eyes are whiter, and so you just look healthier and more vibrant and more youthful.
Awesome. Okay, one more thing I'm going to add. So there's a choice here on Data Axle, which is awesome. Under phones and contacts, you can pick 100% contact and 100% phone. So you know who you're calling. You get that contact name. Or because most every business has a phone, you could do 100% phones and contact names where available. If you're confident in your pitch, you've been training on your sales, right, Nanuka?
Oh, yeah.
And you know how to ask for the right person, you could pick contacts where available. For today, I'm going to do 100%.
There's one other recommendation I would make here too, because if you hit the recalculate real quick, you're going to have a lot of businesses here, especially because you're going nationwide, 131,000. So a little bit more to make a phone call in the next couple of weeks. So let's bring this down a little bit. Let me ask you a question. Are you wanting to get the owners here, obviously?
Yeah, I do owners, but I can also do employees, because a lot of the salons, they will like contract out space.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever I think either would work, whatever is most convenient for you to show at this point.
Awesome. So now another question here for you. If they are a franchise, is a franchise an easy sale, or is an independent owned an easier sale?
I think independent owned is probably easier. I'm not familiar with the franchise laws. I'm sure they're probably different.
They might be more limited on what products they can bring in. Okay.
Correct.
So what we want to do here then too is not just single location, I would do that there.
Yes.
But look for franchise. Search on the left-hand side, Audrey. This is a great feature of the system. There's enter the search criteria and just type in franchise.
If I can spell today. There.
Yep. So true franchise flag. So what we're really looking for is hit the little what is it. I think we might have a definition defined on this one.
Nope.
Okay.
That's
but
the next task.
so what we're looking for is we're looking for ones that are not franchise. So we're going to select no. So hit the recalculate again. That's going to bring our numbers down.
And I can change the geo. Nanuka, I started nationwide because I know you have no limits, but at the same time, we could narrow it down to a radius around your area.
Oh,
So
cool.
here-
That's awesome. So I can even choose a country we're opening in?
Oh, that'd be a different file.
Yeah. So yeah, that on that one, we do have the world-based file from Dun & Bradstreet. So literally you could go in there. What you'll find is some of the filtering that we're doing right here on the US file from Data Axle is we have a lot of options available to us. When we dive into like the world-based file, other countries limit a lot of what information can be captured. And so it kind of narrows it down quite a bit.
That's okay because we have plenty of people to talk to locally and in the United States.
100%.
So we'll start there.
There you go. There you go. So what I would include on like this breakdown, Audrey, is I would break down by employee size too, because it's going to give Nanuka like some ideas of, what, maybe the one person shows, might be what you're going to go after. There's a lot of different options here, really, because what you're looking for is the people that are wanting to grow, wanting to keep business going. They're going to bring on new products.
Sure.
The people that are happy with the status quo, they're not going to bring on new products.
No. And it's interesting because a lot of the salons that were hurting during the pandemic, they started offering more products online. Like being able to connect with their customers when they weren't seeing them in person. So they're really looking for things.
Right. Here's a couple other things here too. Is let's see here.
There's a lot in the lower numbers because obviously, like you and I know, Joe might know this. A lot of the classifications for owner of your salon, a lot of gals rent a booth. They rent their space in shared building. So there's going to be a lot 1 to 4, and that's
right.
And you could maybe do you think searching esthetician or, is there a way to search specifically for that?
I got them on here. If I do let me do an actual count report and we'll break that down.
Right. One other one add in is do a cottage code of no. So what we're looking for away from the cottage codes, we're basically narrowed down to the ones that aren't franchised out. And then additionally, what we're doing is we're starting off with the ones that aren't necessarily home-based business.
Okay.
If they've made that investment, you know what I mean, as far as like moving outside their home, they got office space, they got the studio going. Yeah. That's probably what we want to lean in on towards. Yeah. I would remove manager. I'd go for owner, president, and partner.
Okay, owner, president, partner.
Yeah,
those are usually words.
Those are going to be the main ones there. So go ahead and see what the number is there in the recalculate.
And I was going to take off all the states, but I can leave it.
Yeah, we'll narrow it down. So what? If you see that, what it dipped out is probably about 20,000 records, 25,000 records that were cottage based. The manager, it's a light title compared to owner, president, and partner. But what that really did, actually, if you go back, click on cottage there. Let's show something on this, because that, as we build the list, this is one of the things I like to do. So click on cottage on the left hand side.
I will. I'm going to go back in there just a sec. I was finishing that count report. Let me go back in. Here.
Yep. Modify rerun.
I took all the long cuts, not the shortcuts.
Yeah. Click on that and click both of them, and then click the instant breakdown down at the bottom there.
I have to recalculate. To see instant breakdown, you have to hit recalculate, everybody, to get the numbers going. It brought the numbers up a bit.
Right. So we threw that back in, but what this kind of gives us, I like to throw some of those back in a little bit, because it kind of gives us an idea, like, where are those pockets? And it kind of makes sense why there's a lot of those, there's a lot of those different segments of data here. Let me actually.
10,000. I know a few gals who have a salon in their house. They've customized, or we were looking at a house to buy once, and it had a salon area in the bathroom that the lady worked out of. I'm like, wow, that'd be great for me, but. So that's not uncommon, even with esthetician, beautician.
And actually, people have started to do that. I've talked to a couple girls. They were really excited about the collagen because they did move from studio to home. So
Yes.
they didn't have that whole slew of products that, like working in a salon,
Yes.
so they were happy to have something. So yeah, I'm open.
Awesome. We know a gal who left her corporate. She worked for a company. I want to say it was like one of Sport Cuts or something like that. She
Mm.
had a whole setup that she could bring into your house, and we had a hair party at
Oh,
my sister's
cool.
house, and she highlighted and cut all our hair, and we had a great old time.
That's awesome. I love that
It
idea.
was fun. But she had a custom thing she put on the sink, so it turned it into like a salon sink.
Oh, got it.
Growing her business. Perfect. Joel, do you want me to share the account report from my email?
Yeah. Yep. For, actually hit previous searches because the report from your email is just an Excel breakdown.
Oh,
So you might as well just show it online right here. Just hit view order there.
True. I wanted to see the SIC codes. Oh, here they are. Just
Yeah,
show them.
So it kind of, breaks it down so that each of those different service ones, if you scroll down, we'll see kind of what they are as well. We can kind of look at it. So
yes, estheticians, you said, right, Nanuka?
Yeah.
113. So over here, you can match up 113. So estheticians, I was kind of looking estheticians in Arizona. On this file, it has 7 available. There's more, but as far as on their own, independent. But yeah, that column would tell you exactly estheticians.
Nice.
And I did pick primary business codes. So like Joel said, that's what they're listed under. Then again, some beauticians who can do hair and salon services are also estheticians. So
Sure. It might
gonna
go under
be-
beauty or something, a different title.
Exactly. So I hope this showed a little bit of what we can do here. And these all have phones. This is 100% phones, 100%
Oh,
contact.
nice. That's excellent.
Yeah, I didn't ask you ahead of time if you wanted to stick with your regional area or not. That's why I did it nationwide, because you can do either, but it also
flexibility. That's really great. You can choose where you want to focus.
Exactly. And then let me go in here real quick. Modify rerun. Along with that instant breakdown we kept showing, there's also instant pricing, view pricing. So you could see. Now we didn't do emails on this. Let me real quick add that. And what's wonderful about the business file is you can find this stuff online. So there's no permissions or waivers. On residential consumer data, different story. But on business, this is available.
Nice.
So yeah, it makes it easy so you can reach out. Now, that being said, this is a compiled list. You wouldn't load this up into MailChimp and blast out a huge amount of emails. This is something you would reach out and contact people. A personal reach out.
Perfect. That's what
Or we could deploy a campaign if you were wanting to do a large email deployment. That's something we can help with. That's one of the ways we execute on the data.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so let me do instant breakdown and see how many had emails out of that. And I think did I just pick only one? Yeah, no, I picked both. I like picking both because it'll show you. 10,800 have an email available. The rest don't, but you got a contact name and a phone.
Yeah, that's great.
So especially if you were going to narrow it down to like a minimum order or a certain amount of records, hey, I could work through 1,000 records in the next 2 months. That's what you would get.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could pick 100% emails and get 1,000 of those.
Cool.
Joel, you want to add anything?
Email gives you email and phone.
Well, and what she's recommending there is just kind of really, what the nice thing here that we have on our system as you're building the list, Nanuka, is you start with a list where you're like, I'm close to my ballpark of where I know I need to work through 1,000 records, see how that works, make your notes. Hey, this industry worked better than this one worked better than this one. I noticed all the cottages didn't work as well as this, or whatever the case may be. Then just come back in, fine tune it, suppress what you bought, pull the next, and then off to the races you go.
Sounds cool.
So I hope this was insightful and not overwhelming.
No, it was great. Thank you guys both for what you've done and how you've explained it and shown the possibility. Thank you.
Yes. We love the search bar. I use the search bar all the time because it helps really see all those options. So what's nice is I'm going to save this. If you have a login in National List Counts, which I might just create for you, Nanuka, I can share this over. So what's nice is with the building process as you're building things, especially for those who go online and do it themselves, if you shoot me an email and say, hey, I built this list, this is what I'm looking for. Did I pick the right selects? That's perfect. You're on the right path. You got started, and we can help you fine tune from there if it's needed. A lot of times they get it right the first time. Boom, there's your list.
Love it.
Yes. So thank you so much for joining us, Danuka. Thank you to everybody out there who is joining us. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. Carlotta, she joined us. Hello. Thank you for joining us. We just want to share what the options are out there. There are so many, not just people that we know directly like Danuka, who's our 10X friend, so many people who have an audience to reach, and we want to show how you can do this, no matter what the product is.
That's cool.
Perfect. And I threw in the chat, start.nationallistcounts.com. No cost, no obligation. Check it out. I always say, do not binge watch. Do not get overwhelmed. Pick the file you think is the one you need for your audience. Watch that video. Come register. It's free to register. Dan is on here. Thank you for the comment. Glad to help anybody and everybody to see how simple it is to use this. And like I said in the beginning, Danuka, take your marketing power back in your own hands and do a campaign. There's lots of ways to reach out. Phone, email, postal.
One quick note that I'm going to make there, just for people. A lot of times we get people like, I can get email. I got Constant Contact. I got MailChimp.
Here's more detail on this.
Yeah. So I want the strong advisement I'm going to give is simply this: is do not go, buy, and that's really from any source. Don't go out and buy a list and just load it into your MailChimp and Constant Contact and say, I got the easy button. I can sit on the beach now. Make sure that you're actually working this through a CRM, as would be my strong encouragement. The reason why, if you look at a lot of those different providers here too, they have policies against loading in third-party data, is because people misbehave with the data.
Mm-hmm.
They say, hey, I got emails. I'm going to be a rock star. I always hear on the internet about people buying an email list. Well, I just fast tracked it. Well, what oftentimes, keep in mind, it is compiled data. And so the email that's listed might be an administrative assistant. It might be what's called a catch-all. It doesn't mean it's a bad email, but when you load that information into like MailChimp, they're actually able to detect what type of email it is, like it's a catch-all versus a direct. And catch-alls are usually frowned on simply because they sometimes can be kind of like a dead-end box. And so those different providers like MailChimp and Constant Contact don't like them. Because when people blast away, complaints come in from those boxes. And what it does is it hurts the IP addresses of those providers. And so that's why they have those policies. They don't like it. So there's ways to do deployment like that on a mass scale the right way. Just make sure you do it the right way. There's nobody will get you ever 100% inboxing. But where I strongly say is especially like in a sales situation, like what you're going to do, Danuka, is you're going to make the phone calls. You're going to say, hey, what's the right email? And you're going to know that this is the right email or not. And it's work through the process, make the calls, then send the emails, those types of things. Yeah. That's the right way to use that data. Yeah. Or use it as a Facebook audience as well.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
So that's 100% where I would recommend it as a LinkedIn and a Facebook audience, and then hit them socially and bring them back in another way.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
You can load it. I even have a cheat sheet on how you can do that. So let me know.
I would
email is Audrey@firstdirectmarketing.com for everybody else out there too. Danuka has this. I'm going to put it in the chat, and I'd love to connect. Let me know any questions or concerns you have. We could do a whole episode about that alone next week. But thank you for joining me. Thank you, Joel, for crashing in.
We'll see you later.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
He hasn't come for a long time, so this is an exciting day.
Awesome. Have a good one.
It took a special guest like you to bring him in. Thank you, Danuka, and thank you, everybody else. Catch us again next week, and we'll share some more points on how you can use this system to get your custom list. Thank you so much.